shit got line. Yeah, you know that I'm on my grind. Yeah, I'm self-paid, self-employed. I gotta get paid, homie, I gotta get paid.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of SelfPaid. You got your host, Dom.
Alex, what up?
We have a special guest today. I met him, I believe it was maybe like 2019, 2020.
Yeah, it's like
there.
2019, yeah.
Saw him on Instagram. We'll kind of get into that story in a little bit. But shout out my boy Ruben. He came out today, showing some love on the podcast, and hopefully drop some bomb for you guys.
Yeah. So I go by Ruben, go by Majorwavez on IG. Own Majorwavez Lab, and then we just started a new brand called Aranya Studios. But yeah, essentially shoe customizer, and then also like Build-A-Bear, but for custom shoes.
Yep. If you haven't, on these foods, we filmed a whole YouTube video for it too. These are literally like the customs that we made out there. I made it with the homegirl. She's behind the camera though. She's a little shy, but
She's a little shy.
we killed it. We got in first place. You know, we won. We beat all these foods in that competition right there, and you know, I had to wear them out today too.
Came on fire.
All right, let's talk about more of like how we kind of met. Okay, so basically, again, like I said, we met in like 2019, 2020, and Alex actually put me onto his page. You want to explain that story?
Yeah, so I don't know how your page came out. I think it was on like it was Instagram, or I don't know where you were promoting it.
Yeah.
Was it Instagram?
I never promoted it, but like Instagram had like featured me.
Yeah, and it
So
was
I
like,
feel like they were pushing it.
Oh, like the explore page thing?
Yeah, like I was on like Instagram, like they came and like did videos and stuff.
Or,
So
I know it wasn't like, you know, like the whole like Tumblr vibe, but I wasn't on like it was like that where I saw like reels, but I don't think reels were a thing at the time. I
Yeah.
was seeing videos and I was like, damn, that's hard. And I remember the first shoe that I saw was like it was the old school Vans with like the red like Louis print.
The Louis print?
And
Yeah.
I was like, what the hell? So like I you know, I just didn't think anything of it, and it kept popping up. I was like, I'm gonna buy some. But at this point, like I was in Japan, like in my barracks, just looking. And then I remember I texted my girlfriend at the time. I was like, these are fire, huh? And I ended up just we ordered them. I ordered them, but I didn't see the shoe for like another year because I ordered them like stupid early.
Yeah.
I just wanted to get them, so we ordered it. But then I remember around that time is when I texted you. I think like a year later, I think is when I got it. When I got it and you opened up the store, and I was like, dude, what the hell?
Yeah. I remember we were at a bar. And we were just talking, and like I had an event coming up, and then I was just trying to think of different ways to kind of like get that event like popping. You actually helped me out mad with that event, because you actually helped me out with the girl with the corn dog.
Oh yeah, the corn dog, yeah.
Yeah. So and then he put me out to your page. And that's when I kind of DM'd him, and I was just like, hey, like, you know, we're throwing an event. It'd be cool if you like wanted to come sponsor it. And then I don't think you've been to LA like that.
Yeah,
at an
I
event,
didn't.
right? It was your first like kind of thing.
I had done a pop-up with Swish Studios with Rick, like his first store, and it did really good, bro. So I was like, all right, shit, like I'm down.
Yeah. So then we did that event, and that's how we kind of just got in that connection. And then it's just been, I don't know, we've been kind of working, I guess, together in a way since then. He helped us out with Cookies and Kicks with the Nesquik plug.
Yeah.
Which, you know, we got that Nesquik collab there. Man just has many connections. He already like, okay, so basically let's go back a little bit, talk about how you kind of started, because I want to also talk about like a little bit more of I know you started with like the whole Louis Vuitton stuff, and then the season assist happened and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about that, because you know, there's people that probably are in your shoe that want to do that custom stuff, but they don't know what happens when, like, you know, you start getting popping and like stuff happens.
No, for sure. Yeah. So my whole story, I had kind of mentioned it to you. But I was like corporate retail, Urban Outfitters.
Okay.
And so like I would paint my shoes, bro. There was no dress code. Like you could go to work with a grill on. Like some of my homies would do it, bro. And like, it was cool, man. It was a vibe. I was one of those weird people that liked retail. And so that was kind of my lane, right? I was founded by Salehi. So he has a Crocs right now. At the time he worked for Kanye's like boot department, right?
Oh, shit.
I didn't know that. So like I made him shoes, and bro, he like FaceTimed me with A$AP Rocky and like Ian Connor. And I was like, what the hell? Like,
yeah. This is when you're still at Urban?
At Urban, bro. Yeah. He's like, I need you to come to LA like tomorrow to do a project.
Where were you at right now?
I was in the
San
Bay.
Diego? Oh, in
In the Bay, yeah. I
The
used to
Bay.
work at Santana Row Urban Outfitters. It's like the Grove, but
Okay,
out there,
bet.
right? I ended up was like, man, I'm just gonna call out, right? But I'm like, I'm high up. Like if I call out, there's problems. But I was like, I'll figure it out later.
Yeah.
I did. I ended up meeting with them. Ended up working with ASAP Rocky for about like 2 years. He had his shoe called the SR Low, right? With Under Armour. Didn't do too good, but I know we did like a lot of pop-ups.
Yeah.
And that was like the start of like not me just moving solo, but like me getting like my cousin, my homies like to help me and like training and developing and whatnot. After that, I was back home, was working at Urban Outfitters, and I started making like a whole bunch of shoes. So my first ones were like the Shark, the Bapesta ones.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But like that was a copy design, bro. Like they had already been doing it. I was like, I'm gonna just do my own color. And then I did rose patches, a Casper one, and then I did the Louis Vuitton one. And when I did the Louis ones, I was like,
Blew up.
there's like kind of some money in here. And then before you knew it, it just went, it went crazy. Like it went like super crazy. It got to the point where like, I was like, this is a trend. Like, I'm just not going to sleep and knock these orders out. I ended up leaving retail and I like took over like my whole life basically. So I was just moving like to different spots, handling orders.
Was it a hard decision leaving retail? Like I know you talk about like retail was your lane.
It was hard because like my parents are in the Navy. So when I told them like I went to school and like I did corporate America and now I'm like going to leave like to paint shoes. Like my pop's response is like, that's cute. That's a hobby.
Yeah.
Like, don't do that. So it was hard, bro. But my mom actually ended up like working for me to like do like fulfillment and like shipping and stuff. So then when that happened, I felt like she was like,
She started to see the vision a little bit more. She's like, all right, she's like,
okay, this is kind of real.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was kind of that. And then as it trickled, everything was kind of cool. And I remember one day I got an email and it was like from Gucci, right? So like cease and desist.
Damn.
And I was like, and then like me, bro, like not even knowing, I checked the email address. I was like, this is fake. This isn't from Gucci. It was like from like some attorney law firm, but like it was like an acronym. So I couldn't really like, so I ignored it. I had 197,000 followers or something like that, right? And my page was popping like 60,000 likes on like custom.
It was going good
for no reason, like like no ad spend. Instagram reached out to me and were like, your page is disabled. Like you have to talk to Gucci to get your like page back because you never responded. And Gucci was like, nah. So I had to start all over, and that's why my name has another Z at the end.
Oh damn!
Yeah, no one really knows that. So
when was that? Because I bought the first, well, at least the shoes that I bought was in like 2018. Was that before or after?
That was like a little bit after, bro. Yeah, it was like 2019.
Yeah, you're probably on the OG page then.
Yeah, you were on the OG for sure, bro.
For sure.
Yeah. So after that, like I didn't really know what to do. I called like attorneys and whatnot, but like they were like, you can't, like it's a corporate, like you can't. They're just gonna drown you. So I was like,
legal fees and everything.
Hell yeah.
I added a Z to my name and just kind of ran it back up. And then it built to be bigger, like eventually. But it took me like another whole year, bro.
How was that mentally going through that, knowing that you just built a crazy Instagram page and it's doing super well and just have it taken down and restored?
It was crazy, and it was right before Black Friday.
Oh,
they got me good, bro. They're like, go ahead, eat, because you're not eating after that. Like I was like, man, it was hard, bro. And then like everything slowed down, so I was like really thinking like what I should do. And then man, after that, like we ran it back up. I stopped doing Louis. I stopped doing Gucci. I just kept getting letters from everybody, bro. And I took it serious. But yeah, man, like it's a real thing. Like everyone does it, and like you could do it until you really can't. You know what I mean? Then business slowed down, and then recently we did like the Majorwavez lab, which is like
the lab is doing good now, right? Like the transition from like having to just do the custom shoes online and selling them to doing the lab. Like I feel like a lot of people, like couples, like friend groups, like stuff like that, want to just do different things, especially in LA. Like I see it around. It's like a TikTok thing, like things to do in LA.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think everything is like after COVID, it's kind of like that, right? Like I always say, it could be like make your own charcuterie board, but if it was done right, like that's a whole business itself. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's doing good, man. It's doing really good. We have like, we work with brands now, which is so crazy. Like we work with Nike, Foot Locker, like
Oh
Puma.
yeah, no, let's get into that too. Like, how did you even start with that? I know that when we were talking, the Air Forces now too, like even getting an account with them to even provide something like that is it's harder to do.
Yeah, that's crazy. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, like I mean, it's like they don't want people customizing unless it's like done like a certain way. And yeah, I think just by like learning how to get brand deals and stuff, like a pitch deck, right? Like really hopping on calls. But that's kind of like the stuff that I did back at Urban. So knowing that, you know what they say, like everything happens in life for a reason, right?
Right.
It really does. Like I feel like you would have gave me this business at like 22 years old, and I would have just tanked it. I would have just spent all the money on weed or something, you know? And so yeah, so it just kind of like literally following up, showing them like analytics and like everything from the brand. And now, yeah, man, it's really crazy. We're doing like, so on Thursday I leave to do something with Puma and SneakerCon in Atlanta. Then I'm in New York. Like I don't even come back. I'm in New York for another activation, like JD Sports and them. Then I still don't come home. I'm in Dallas again for Puma. And then as soon as I get back, I'm with Adidas and Foot Locker.
Damn.
That's like my whole month. Yeah.
Your work, I'm sorry, like Puma, you work with Puma a lot, like regarding like events, or how do they come and play?
So we do like the exact same thing, like the classes.
The classes, yeah.
And we just do like influencers and artists and talent or in-store activations.
They just invite a whole bunch of influencers and you just get with them and just start.
Did you say glasses?
Classes,
Oh,
yeah, you know, like the
classes.
same thing.
Sorry.
So yeah, we literally essentially we're like setting up like the vibe and like the experience. We're like we're running it like kind of like how we did, right? Like, all right, we got an hour to do this, we got this, and we sell the shoes and do basically whatever they want.
That doesn't come in conflict with like Nike and stuff like that when having to provide like the shoes and stuff for them, or do you do something different when you do Puma events?
The structure is more like kind of like a Foot Locker.
You just buy wholesale.
Yeah.
And then you do whatever you want with the shoe.
Yeah, I mean, essentially. But when we do events, it's more like the brand is paying us to come and like make the TikToks and like have analytics and insights for them, right? So then I kind of feel like some of the brands will get like FOMO, right? So like they'll be like, well, he's doing some cool stuff with Puma. Let's get him over here to do some stuff with our group of influencers or for Air Max Day or for whatever, you know what I mean? So yeah, it's cool, man. It's cool to see it. But that whole structure at first, I was like, is it gonna work? Like, are people gonna get mad at me? Even me making my own shoe, I was like, are people gonna be like, yo, like we can't have you here, bro, because you're making your own shoe now?
Yeah.
But like, no, like not really. As long as you separate them, like I feel like is dope.
Damn, I mean, I don't even want to interrupt that, but it's crazy because like, it's crazy to see how far
the journey has been.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, I didn't see the step by step, but I was there. I saw like in the very beginning. Yeah. And later after we finish, I'll show you on my phone because I'm 99% sure I have like screenshots of your website. Yeah, like sending pictures, like, and now hearing like what you're doing now is crazy. But that's something that, well, I guess we'll talk about in a minute. But I did want to get into that, like the thought process, like day to day as you're building it. Was there any moments where you just wanted to hang it up?
I think when we first started the labs, like I started it, bro, because realistically we went from like 600 orders a month to like 80. That was like,
that's a fucking huge difference.
And like it ended up turning into like, I had people that worked full time or part time, right? It wasn't just me anymore. It wasn't like just like
people relied on.
Hey,
you.
bro, like don't come into work today. It's cool. Like it's not. We're not just chilling. Like so, yeah, man. When we did the lab, our first class was with you guys, bro. Like,
the Cookies and Kicks one?
Yeah, that was the first one.
Oh shit.
We did 3 classes.
Was this Thanksgiving?
It wasn't. It was the Christmas. Yeah.
Oh, it was Christmas.
Because we had a Christmas fabric, bro.
I still have them.
You guys had a bar that was going crazy. You guys had what's a security guy? No, what was it?
Coop.
No, like what was it like? No
Coop. No like. Yeah, no Coop.
Yeah, and so that all helped, bro, like a lot. And then we were just like seeding shoes, but bro, like seeding like $100. Nobody, like everybody wanted like an Air Force at the time. Like seating that and then running a class of like 8 to 12 and just running it back and back. I was like, bro, I believe in this.
Yeah.
But before you knew it, I was like, damn, I'm $30,000 believing in it, and it's not really like paying off. And I'm paying rent, and I'm paying employees, and I'm like, sheesh, like, when do I stop? Or and then it just like it started off with the paint company Angelus, like, we'll sponsor you, we'll give you everything for free. It's like, all right. Like, we also own Lace Lab, we'll give you all that for free. I was like, oh shit. And then Puma came in, was like, we'll give you like shoes for free for influencers, and we'll have you come out and stuff. And then before you knew it, we started getting brand deals, and the brand deals were like, I didn't even know how to charge, bro. Like, I'd be like,
Yeah. I mean, I still don't know how to charge. Like,
yeah,
you know, I did the pitch deck for like these foods and stuff, and so like even when I send them out, I'm like, when I get emails back, I'm like, fuck, I don't even know.
yeah, bro, it's hard. I think I had talked to like met a lot of cool people, and I remember I think I quoted him like 4K or something, right? And he was like, cool, like, we'll pay you that, but we think your guys' like worth is like closer to like 15K a day. I was like, so I started pitching that, and like some companies don't, but like some companies will, bro. And I'm like, you're making like a bag, you know what I mean? And like that's what really makes the business go, because now it's like we have that overage where my my team could be, you know, full time, and we could still do a whole bunch of other shit and make like the lab look sick. It's just crazy, bro. It's crazy to see like interns become full timers, 18-year-old kids like learn how to sew, and now they're like 20, almost about to be 21. I'd be saying all the time, I'm like, bro, like, weren't you like 5'8" when you worked here? Now you're 6'1". Like, how'd you get so big, bro? I feel like a dad, low key, bro.
Yeah, and it's good that, I mean, I don't know, I'm sure you feel the same way, but like seeing their growth makes you feel good. Not just the company's growth, but like the individual's growth.
No, it does, bro. It does. And like, just in general, like their thought process, or like how I train and develop. Like I've worked retail, so it's been like I've had people like quit on me. I've had people, you know, be store manager and all that. So like
that
for
also
me,
came into play when
bro. Like I'm hard on them for real, but like I could tell that they're like, I'm like, damn, like they're super resourceful, right? Like one thing that I say when I interview people, I'm like, what are you gonna do if the black paint drops? We have no more. Like, are you the guy that's mixing all the dark colors and making black paint? Or are you the guy that's saying we don't have black paint anymore? Yeah.
Yeah, because it's kind of like the same, like, when he does, like, interviews, sometimes he would leave, like, where did you get it from? When you leave the trash on the floor?
I saw it somewhere. I saw it was from, like, a military page or something where they just said, like, when you have an interview, leave trash on the floor. And if they pick it up, even though it's not yours, like, you'll see what kind of person they are.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
100%, man.
Yeah, exactly. But damn, that's dope. Yeah, your growth has been crazy now too. You've already had the first location.
How many locations do you have?
It was one in Eagle Rock, right?
Yep,
And
still the same one.
Northridge.
Northridge.
And then you have Vegas.
Vegas, yeah.
And then Northridge you're changing that location
to Glendale Galleria.
Wait, Northridge where?
Northridge Mall, bro.
It's been right there where Chic used to be.
No shot.
It's been there.
Yeah, bro.
Is it still there right now?
It's not.
No, right?
It was nice.
Let's go after this.
No, it was there for a minute. And
it
then
I mean, I don't go to Northridge Mall.
It was where the Chic was, right?
Yeah.
It was, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's downstairs.
Like you entered through that parking
like
lot.
by the food court.
Yeah, right underneath the food court.
How recently was it gone? Because I went to the Northridge Mall
now,
recently.
bro, it's probably been like 3-4 months. Yeah.
That's when I was there.
But it was there for how long?
Probably like a year, a little bit over a year, like 13
And that
months.
one is moving where now?
Glendale
Glendale.
Galleria.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's what the main mall I wanted.
Yeah.
But
But the foot traffic is crazy there.
Yeah,
You got everybody from the Americana coming and
going
you got
in.
both.
Yeah.
Yeah, Northridge was crazy. It was a really big store, but wrong mall. I felt like.
Wrong crowd.
Yeah, I should have been at like Topanga or something.
Yeah.
For sure.
No, I feel that exactly 100%.
And those are like learning things too, right? Like when I looked at it, I'm like, and I'll be completely honest, when I looked at that store and I looked at my numbers and I was like, geez, I'm gonna run it back. I'm gonna make $6,000 profit again. Like, no, that was crazy. It was a lot of work, bro. I'm like, but it's like, it's not like, it's one of those things like, I'm like, okay, cool. Now I learned from that, bro. Like, I'm not like, I don't really know what I'm doing. All I know is that, like, I'm gonna just keep going, bro, you know?
How did the store start? So you started with one, obviously.
Yeah,
It was which one?
it's like the studio, the
Eagle Rock?
Eagle Rock one.
That one is more like you pay for like a scheduled appointment and you come in and do that.
Yeah,
And then your storefronts like Northridge and stuff like that, it was based off of walk-ins or
yeah, it's both. It's like online, walk-ins, private parties. It's like Build-A-Bear for real. Like you could
Yeah.
just do it on the spot. And then like our merch,
but in the studio was only appointment.
appointment only. Yeah, yeah.
But the other spots. So I'm just trying to get an idea. You have shoes already made that people can buy, and
we
then
have
you also
some
have classes.
we have some stuff. It's usually just like white blinks.
Mm.
And people would just come in and like, I don't know, add a name or like a drip or whatever they
I
kind of
gotcha.
want. Yeah, but more of our merch, bro. Like our merch does really good, like in store.
And then Vegas opened.
Then Vegas opened. Yeah, Vegas is right on the strip. There's like a bar right underneath. It's lit, man.
That's
Yeah,
You're like,
yeah, I
hell
like that
that's fun.
store.
And that's good because of the foot traffic as well, huh?
Yeah, and everyone in Vegas is okay to spend money, and also like,
I really wanted the cookies and kicks out there so bad. I
yeah,
was tired of Melrose and I was like, we should just go to Vegas. We should just go to Vegas.
Yeah.
it's different. Like, I mean, I feel like the resale is different too. It's just hard, bro.
Oh, yeah, right now everything's down.
Yeah,
But I mean, there's still stores making it right now.
yeah,
Switch is doing good.
Yeah,
But they're
no, for
doing
sure.
well because of their merch too.
yeah. They got
merch is
fire
fire.
merch.
Merch is fire and they do numbers on their merch too. But yeah, okay. Vegas is lit. Vegas is a good spot to.
Yeah.
to
And
have.
you started in your home.
Yeah, bro, in the kitchen, literally.
That's crazy.
Like I would always, we used to use like a mini iron, and I'd just be on the kitchen because you could leave it on like the granite counter. So like whenever I would move to a new spot, I'd be like, "What's the kitchen look like?"
Damn.
Because it's like we're about to have a
Yeah.
couple workers.
That's crazy. Congrats. Good for you. That's
Thanks,
crazy.
bro.
Yeah, the process has been dope. Even to hear the story too. I knew a majority of it, but like to hear everything from A to Z, dope. Now you have your own shoe.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, tell us
So
about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so the shoe comes out on the 31st, and it's like, bro, it's made by like homies. Like, so when I went to Kanye and like worked and interned and stuff and over there, and even like Versace, I used to do stuff. So Soleil, he left for Versace, so I used to do like some runway shoes and meet people, and so like, yeah, bro, it's like all my free time went into the shoe,
Yeah,
and now it's like
finally happening.
coming to life, and like there's, now I have like the resources and like I know what I can and what I can't do and like patents and all that stuff that you don't know,
And you have all that already.
Yeah.
Really good.
Yeah, so all that, and then now it's like just go. It's
Yeah.
literally going to be a whole different brand though. So
Yeah.
it's I'm helping it with Major, and before you know it, it's going to just turn into like its own brand and hopefully have it in like boutiques. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like it's going to be a little bit higher end.
Yeah.
I kind of
Remember that
want to.
luxury.
Yeah. I want to transition, man, and like not just be like that guy that makes customs, but be more known like as like a kind of like a Hispanic designer.
Virgil.
Yeah. Because especially tapping in with like all the like Latino culture and all that stuff, bro. Like I don't really know anyone. Like you go ahead and name like a Hispanic designer off the top of your head. Like
I could tell you anyway.
you think of like fire designers, you think of Amiris. You're wearing
Yeah, I was
them.
about to say like Amiri.
Right, you think of Amiri, you think of like Rude, right? You think of Virgil, Heron Preston, like all these brands. So like, that's all like the shit. Like that's what I like
That's
see.
what, yeah, I can
Yeah.
see it. I can see it right now.
So I'm like, man, I don't know, but it's gonna be a lot of cool stuff, and I'm just excited to see where it goes.
Yeah, no, hell yeah. We're all rooting for you too, man. I mean, you've done already
Yeah.
a lot of stuff in your life. So, you said you're 31.
31.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, you've already killed it. You've done a lot. If the shoe, I don't know when this podcast would drop, but if it doesn't drop by the 31st, of course, we're going to link everything for you.
Oh yeah, bro.
Which you guys can check out down in the bio. And, all the links for his Instagram, everything's going to be there as well. So feel free to check that out too.
Oh yeah.
I'm just listening.
Yeah, me
right
too.
now.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, man, that's
No, but I did want to ask you, between when you started and where you're at now, what changes do you have? Like, obviously you've changed as like an individual, like a human, like you've
Yeah.
changed, like the thought process changed. What would you tell yourself day one, knowing what you know now? If you had to.
Yeah, it's crazy because me and my cousin were like talking about that. I think I'm like a lot more calm. Like I remember I used to be on edge, bro. Like if you were like, hey, like what are you doing? I'd be like, hold on, I'm busy. Like I was always like just so like
just like
overwhelmed, bro.
Yeah.
I think like the only thing that's changed is that like I personally try to like overwhelm myself every day now. And like
you try to?
yeah, so like I go like bro, during COVID I was getting fat, bro. I was like almost 190 pounds. I'm like 166, so I just do like cardio and like light workouts and stuff. But it's
Yeah.
like I don't have time to do that, bro, really. But you got to make time. So I would say like in general, just like really believing, bro. I know it sounds like cliche, but like really believing and just kind of like work it every day. Believe in yourself. Like think that you're a beast, and then like also like people around you and all that stuff too. Like be kind to them, but also like just like understand like everything's gonna work out as long as you're like staying consistent. I think that that's kind of like the main thing, bro. But also like the team too. Like my team, I think I want to be like a good leader where you know they're like, this guy goes to the gym, he handles emails, he goes into the classes, he's always in a good mood. I want to work for this fool, like you know.
And I think that has a lot to do with it too. Like we had that conversation, we have it all the time, but it's just like when you are in that position, there's a level of responsibility that you bear, and sometimes it's maybe it might be this way for you too, but you do sometimes you don't want to do it, and it's not like the discipline that kicks in that makes you do it, but you know someone's watching you that makes you go through, you know, all the emails, the whatever it is that you need to do.
No, 100%.
I'm assuming you started by yourself, right, when you first started?
Yeah, I mean it's still, I don't have like any investors or anything.
No, what I mean is like you obviously didn't have like employees or people.
Oh
that,
yeah,
right?
nah, bro.
What is it like now?
Yeah, bro, it's crazy now. When I first started, man, it was like, it was funny. I would just like literally drink and kick it and you know hang out, and then like when homies would come over, I'd try to have them help. Or like if Eddie, like if I had a girlfriend at the time, I'd be like, you want to help me paint, you know, like, and then before you knew it, now we have a team of like 6, 7 in Vegas. We have like a team of 11 out here in LA. And then we have like same thing, buddies that'll be like, they know how to do it. So I'm like, hey, help me at an event, bro.
Yeah.
But it's crazy, bro. Like now, just thinking about it, back in the day, bro, that would stress me out with payroll. Like, how am I gonna pay these people? Like, what the heck?
And now it's just, I mean, damn, that's crazy.
Now it's just like, you know, you run it the same way like retail, but it's like the money's gonna be there.
Yeah.
Just, you know, let me be in my emails and get a brand deal or something.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy.
Damn. All right. I know we talked about hardships, or like not hardships, but like times where you wanted to quit, or not quit, but you know, advice you would give to anybody, not necessarily wanting to do what you do, or maybe wanting to do what you do, but any advice you would like. I think the majority of people listening, and this is me included, when I was younger, they're hungry for like quote unquote success, but they don't know in which means they're gonna get it, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's how
No,
if it was for you.
Yeah, I get that. I think like, I would say I was probably one of the like, not only people, but I know I'm one of the like only people, even like with some of my friends and stuff, bro, that like I do a lot of shit for free. Like I do a lot of stuff for opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not always like, is it going to be super lucrative money wise? Right? It's like, go intern, go like really like study somebody, go like support, go like literally like, it doesn't cost money to do any of that. And I'm also like, for instance, like my main guy that gets, you know, that's like, he's like my brother. He interned for me and I really liked him, bro, just because like he was always there. He learned the fastest just by being there, hanging out. Now he like runs everything, bro. Like he's my guy, you know, like I didn't even really mention it, but we're probably going to open one in Miami.
Damn.
And I'm just in Wynwood. We already got a spot.
He's going to handle that one?
Huh? Yeah. Like I'm going to have him like go over there and like train and develop. And if he likes it there, bro, like he could stay there and then I'll find someone else in Vegas. But like his life changed a lot too. And he's just like, you got to do whatever you want. I mean, Miami or Vegas, like they're both pretty cool spots.
Yeah.
Sure. That's lit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know if what I was saying was like, if you were to give that advice, that's what it would be, to just not work for free, but just like open up the idea where it doesn't have to be lucrative off the rip.
Yeah. Yeah. Like just do like anything that you put your mind to, like just really like do it 100%. But like I said, like go and like network, go and like do internships, like really be hands-on. Because I personally am not the best customizer. I'm not the best artist, bro. But the reason I feel like I got to where I'm at right now. Because I opened my mouth, I met someone that worked for Kanye, and it just kind of all trickled in and everything lined up. And still to this day, I'm opening my mouth. If it's not physically like here, it's in my emails, bro. And that's all I'm doing all day.
That was like, you know, you had a guy who worked with Kanye too, no?
Oh yeah. We had like somebody that for like the first business that I had, it was like Cop App.
Oh yeah.
He had what's it called? He was like Kanye's cousin. His name was John Monopoly. He
Okay.
just wanted to like help with like the retail side because I wanted to buy like Yeezys, all that stuff at wholesale and sell it for retail.
sure.
Because I was losing money buying it at resale, selling it for retail. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, just opening my mouth. To be
Yeah.
honest. That's the good thing about. I feel like if you guys are in LA, like to take advantage of it because
100%.
you know as soon as you came down here and like started talking to more people, like
It's
it
right.
just started taking off, huh? That's exactly how it is with like a lot of the things too. Even my like the store, or like even in general, my first business wouldn't even have popped off, and I wouldn't have even had the store if I didn't go on Melrose and meet like Cole Bennett and like all these people that shouted out the business, like put a secured like a name to myself, you know. So
100%.
and that's how it is now. Still, every time I talk to somebody, whatever we mention, it's like, what are you on right now? What are you doing? How can we help? How can I help here? How can I help there? You know, vice versa.
I know you talked about like opening future stores, but and then like, you know, the designer aspect. Any goals that you have in mind, or like obviously you have goals,
Yeah.
but like goals that you have future.
Yeah, no, for
Yeah.
sure. I think having like all the stores like literally turn into like the actual Build-A-Bear, right? Almost like even like a Foot Locker coming in and being like, we really support this. We want to pop them up in every flagship store.
Would you take on investors and stuff? Is that something like you have in mind? That
Yeah,
you
you
wanna
know-
have somebody to just come over and just make it full corporate and just take it off?
I would, bro. I love it right now. I would, but only if there's somebody. It's like I always believe like I could go to the bank and get money.
Yeah.
I know a whole bunch of rich homies that could just give me money.
Yeah.
I would take on like an investor that's going to teach me something, right? Like a VP of a company where like I literally kind of see how he does it. So that's not like I was just I sold it and then I'm like, I don't really know how he did it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that to having them in like every major city, the Majorwavez lab and having like the licensing for every single thing. And then just focusing on whatever else I want, right? If it's Araña, the brand.
Is that the shoe brand?
Yeah. Yeah. So Araña means like spider in Spanish.
I was about to be like, you know what I is?
It's Araña. Yeah. So focus on that. And then the next thing would be like getting like, how do I get like those in Saks, or how do I get that? Like, how do I get these licensing? But it's like, I don't know how, but I'm gonna figure it out.
Yeah, but earlier when you talked about designer, like that's what I saw. It. I was like, yeah, I'm looking from the outside in.
Yeah.
And it's, I'm saying like what I see is like it's there. Like I see it manifesting.
And then for him
itself.
to explain it, you're like, all right,
Yeah,
yeah, so
yeah.
yeah,
I was
right?
like, okay.
Yeah.
I appreciate it, bro.
Nah, hell yeah, that's fire. I mean, do you have anything else you want to either give anybody advice, or let's say if someone else was like in your shoes and starting that, would you restart that whole customized thing, or you think like right now is the time to do something different?
Yeah, I think like the market has changed like a lot.
A lot, huh?
A lot, bro. I think everything's trend. I don't think it's done, but I think like now, if you're really gonna do it, TikToks, like all that, like all the content, get good with all that, and then just like really trying to be unique and not just copy like the Louis Vuitton and all that stuff. It's still possible, but it's a lot different. But yeah, I would say just like to anyone, just like continue and just kind of like keep grinding, intern and try to absorb as much as you can and just kind of like talk, network. Like that's the real main thing, man.
Well, damn. I mean, you have any other questions? Good end right here.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
bet. Say less. So we'll leave everything down in the description in the bio. If there's anybody that you guys want on here that you see that we're even around or you want us to reach out to, feel free to comment down below. If there's anything specific that you guys want us to see, I know Mario was kind of mentioning that you guys want to see some like our own podcast, like just our self-talk and stuff. We'll do more of those as well. So hopefully you guys will have that soon. Shoe drops on the 31st of August. If this podcast doesn't come out by then, we're still going to have everything linked in the bio. If he doesn't have any more inventory left because they're all sold out, we'll figure something out. Just say you came from us or something.
And now you heard
but
that
I'm
he
pretty sure
has
there's going to be
homies.
more drops coming.
Yep.
He has those black ones and he also has a tan one. I ordered the tan ones. He got me the tan ones.
Yeah.
So I know that they're coming in. So, I'm excited for that. But, we'll see you guys on the next podcast, and hope you guys learned something today. See you guys.